She was vindicated, y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Charges dropped. We here.
It was quick. Right? Love swift justice.
Absolutely.
Swift justice. Thank God.
All right, tell me your name and title and spelling for those that don't know.
Colby Chapman, second ward alderwoman for the city of Harvey, Illinois. ColbyChapman.
Tell me about today.
Today, God is so good. He's so faithful. The weapons may form, but they certainly won't prosper. And today, the Cook County State's Attorney saw fit to not cross the case. Case dismissed. And so today, the real work starts on moving our city forward. The national crime average is 33%. The city of Harvey sits at 63%. That's double the national average for the crime rate statistic. So I'm hopeful that we can use the resources, the time, the taxpayers' dollars that were spent egregiously on something that was a fallacy. It was unwarranted. It's not necessary. We're living as first-class residents in a third-world neighborhood in the city of Harvey. And it's time for a change. This particular felony could have prohibited me moving forward as the second ward city of Harvey's alderwoman and could have stopped totally my run for mayor in 2027. So I am just so grateful for the many residents across the second ward in the city of Harvey, to my family, to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office and their entire team, to my attorneys, Maryland, Nancy, and Olswing, and bold faith God. I'm such a believer. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the voices of the residents, and my plight is one of many. Each resident standing here today has faced some issue within the city of Harvey, but we stand boldly against corruption, non-transparency, and things that just shouldn't be. Whatever's good for America has to be great for the city of Harvey, and I intend to do that in this run in 2027.
What did the judge say today?
Very thankful for Judge Perino. I misspoke the name, but he said he asked for the state's attorney's discretion for their decision, and he said it's nolly cross. Case dismissed. Case dismissed.
Absolutely.
So this has been a long, this bounces back and forth. You've known Martin Courthouse pretty well.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little.
Know the ins and outs, all the way down to 26 in California, where I was shackled from my wrists down to my ankles, and just done deplorably. And whether I'm an elected official or not, this shouldn't be happening to anyone. We have a basic human right and a creed to do right as public servants. I intend to do that to my fullest extent. No injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And unfortunately, these bad occurrences have happened, but I stand as a testament to the power and the truth of residents standing down on issues that are concerning for them, issues that are prohibiting their daily livelihood, and just being bold enough to stand up and be courageous against the bullies in City Hall. Yeah.
Do you have any questions you wanted to ask?
Oh, yes. Mike Nolan with the Southtown newspaper. I'm sorry, I just got here late, but again, the state's attorney told the judge Golly Cross on the ag. Okay. I mean, what do you think happened? I mean, it was a misdemeanor. That was dismissed, and you thought it didn't even amount to a misdemeanor in your eye. And then what? After that, you said you were arrested at the council meeting on a Thursday.
That's correct.
You were manacled, shackled, you said?
Yeah, I was, so when I went to court, or Thursday, pardon me, on Tuesday, Tuesday, June 2nd, when I was vindicated, both myself and my mother. Because
Okay.
remember, they arrested my mother. They turned around on Thursday, June 4th, and those charges were upgraded to a felony.
Right.
And I turned myself in at the City of Harvey's council. We were scheduled to have a special meeting that was canceled on that day. I was taken to the City of Harvey Police Department, where supporters near and far stood with me. As I entered inside of the police department, unfortunately, the media nor the residents were allowed. Myself and my attorney went inside of the police department, and from there, I was taken to the Harvey Police Department in the downstairs basement, where I sat till 2:30 in the morning. And from there, I was taken here to Markham Courthouse. And from here, Markham Courthouse is where I was shackled from my wrists with a body attachment down to my ankles. I was wrapped in chains. And it's a very uncouth, very deplorable act, but you know, this is the protocol, if you will. So in following the protocol, went down to 26 in California, where I sat till 8:30 in the morning. Then I was transported back here. I would like to say, though, all parties that were involved were respectful. They treated me with dignity, and all felt this was very unhuman-like. As a matter of fact, and I quote, one of the sheriffs told me they'd never seen anything quite like this. They had never arrested an elected official before. But again, whether an elected official or not, this is about the people. This is for the people, and I stand with the people. Not behind the people, not in front of the people, but just to the side. We all bring our own diverse expertise to the city of Harvey, and that has to be respected. We're a population of about 21,000 people across the city, all who are bright, intelligent individuals wanting to pour back into our community and make it a great place to live. And I intend to do that in supporting our residents across now through 2027. Absolutely.
Hey, Miss, can I get your name, please?
Deronda, D-E-R.
D-E-R-A-N?
O-N.
O-O-N?
D-A.
D-A, and your last?
Powell, P-O-W-E-L-L.
O-W-E-L-L.
Correct.
Because you were arrested that night of the
Yes,
April 28th meeting.
exactly.
So tell me what happened to you.
Well, I too was observing the 3 police officers approaching my daughter. I, at that point, got up out of my seat and walked to the side, which placed me directly in front of her. And as I see them telling her she's gathering up her things, and I see the police officer from my angle, he reaches across her, and I see that he's touching her, and I jump up.
And then you pull away because you're trying to...
Right, she's trying to gather her stuff, but as soon as they saw me, they grabbed me from behind, instantly handcuffed me, and take me out of the city council meeting. So she's watching as they're all grabbing me, and then they, at the same time, are approaching her.
So did they know who you were then?
They definitely know who I am. They've been to my home several times. And I'm always at the city. Yeah, they'll be parked out in front of the house. They definitely know who I am.
Yeah.
I have them on video camera at my house.
Just parked out there?
Parked
Harassing.
out, you know, at my front door. Again,
Intimidation
looking for
tactics.
Colby.
Yeah.
Yes. Asking me, is it her car?
Really.
And they clearly know it's her car, parked in front of the house. Yes.
You were handcuffed as you were approaching your daughter
I
and
went
taken out of the county.
exact from behind. I didn't even see that. I didn't even know that they were even behind me. They just grabbed me. I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
And then I got charged with resisting arrest.
You didn't have time to resist.
I didn't have time. Exactly. So yes, I agree. So
Once I knew I was being arrested, it was kind
exactly.
of,
So I was arrested.
So you were walking up, did they like grab and bring your hand?
I had a blue jean jacket on.
Okay.
I just felt somebody in my back grab my jacket and they just snatched me back.
That's crazy.
And that was the
And
deputy
that
chief.
was three. There were three police officers, and then just held my arm the whole entire while.
And that was the deputy chief. So somebody that is of an esteemed status within our police department should know the standard operating procedures.
Especially
as a
with
deputy
seniors.
chief.
You're a senior.
My mother's
Really?
a senior. Yes.
That's ridiculous. And you're not a threat. Definitely.
I was definitely not a threat.
Soaking wet, you're not
I didn't
a
even
threat.
say anything.
So, yeah.
So Colby, do you think Clark has learned a lesson now? Or
Well, you know, what I'm hopeful that is that we can move forward beyond where we currently stand. None of this is supporting the residents. We often talk about the financial deficit that is estranging Harvey at this time. Well, when we're using resources, but we don't have a grocery store, think about how much time we spent since my first initial arrest of Thursday, August the 22nd, all the way up until today, on this day, Wednesday, July 9th. We've gone through 6+ months where we could have used this, all this time, effort, and energy into economically developing our city. We live in a food desert. There's no place for, whether it be seniors, youth and families, adults, young people, to go and just have a healthy meal, right? Where can you go and get your pharmacy?
Treasury report.
Treasurer's report, right? We have a meeting upcoming this Monday, and everyone has a report on there but the treasurer. I mean, even down to
6 years.
the treasurer.
6 years, no reports.
Yeah.
really?
6 years,
really.
no treasury
Even down
reports.
to the part that there is not even a mic placed in front of the attorney and the treasurer. How in front of our legal and finance, we don't even spare a mic for them to speak out. So, you know, there's been a long road of oppressing voices. Each of the voices that you hear and that are standing here today have been afflicted or oppressed by the city of Harvey in some way, shape, or form. And there are countless others that are out there that are not having the opportunity to really speak out, make their statement in fear that retaliatory issues are going to be faced, or an increased water bill, or being pulled over. Enough is enough, and I'm hope that this
$500 ticket if you clap in the city council meeting. If you talk to someone sitting
The way
beside you,
he's closing
that's a
down
ticket.
businesses because of harassment.
Whispering, not even talking loud, just whispering.
Yeah.
You get a $500
That's right.
ticket.
And we just recently even
I was
faced
kidnapped and
yes.
force medicated.
And it's all on
yes.
record.
Took me, held me in jail for 10 hours.
He did.
Force medicated.
It's all
me
documented.
against my will. Held me for 10 hours during during the arrest.
Okay.
It was a heat wave outside. I was locked in a room with no windows. I was taken to Eagles, forced to undergo a forced psych evaluation. Me, myself being a mental health advocate, I knew exactly what to tell the doctors. I let them know that I was tracking, that I knew where I was at, what day it was, what president we had at the time, and I still was force medicated. The shot wasn't even logged. I had to go to a second hospital to get a toxicology report where they found tranquilizers in my system, all for protesting outside the New College.
Can I get your name?
Melissa
M-E-L-I.
SSA Crawley, CRAWLEY.
And you said it's because you were protesting outside the mayor's house?
Yes,
He has it on his Facebook page.
Okay.
So if you look on his Facebook page, he actually posted her, and it shows that she never entered his property. And the way that he's trying to make it seem is like she was coming there to threaten him and she was unhinged, and that's just not the case. She was coming there because of the threats that he was giving her, and he's trying to make her seem like she's mentally unstable. And that's the reason why they accosted her and did the arrest. But she's a very brilliant woman, very brilliant. She beat so, absolutely. Been in the community. She grew up in the community. She grew up with Christopher Clark. So that's the thing.
Was he a lot different then than he is
His
now?
name was Toy Boy, and yeah, a lot different. He's just a little peon with a little power right now, and decides to weaponize the police against the citizens of Harvey, and we're not standing for it.
The council meeting, that sounds like even if you cough, you're
Yeah.
going to have somebody
And
staring you
actually,
down.
he chills actually come to the meetings, because a reasonable person wouldn't risk having their property ticketed, ostracized
Yeah.
from the community, made to appear that they're crazy. Nobody would want this, which means you're having a chilling effect on the exercise of people's freedom to participate in the government. And we're not standing for it. Right?
And they say you don't know what you're talking about.
I do not, for this very reason. I'm a liberal.
It's an intimidation factor when you go to those
It's
meetings.
intimidating.
It's hard to sit through those meetings without getting ticketed, getting arrested. So, you know,
Especially if you speak out, and especially
yes,
if you want to support a Colby.
you cannot be in support of
He
her.
wants to take out all her supporters, but nobody's going anywhere. We're gonna stay in as long as Colby wants us. So I'm not leaving the city of Harvey until she sees it. Bottom line.
Oh, we were talking about who does, where would you like to go? Who like to go?
You have to go with me to city. Surrounding suburbs. And
Yeah, we don't have a farmer. We're about to get a dispensary though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Because that's important.
Tire place in the back, yeah.
I guess they'll be
And you can have nice apartments downtown by the race.
And we don't know who lived
We
there.
don't know who lived there. I don't know nobody that lived there.
If you pass by at night, Tony, there might be 3 lights in the
Really? Okay.
Because it's a front. A front.
I don't see any cars out there, any children playing.
So they had to amputate the whole foot?
Alert saying, oh, this happened.
Dog.
Be on the
Look
lookout
for
for the dog. And then we understand someone else got attacked by a dog. They said one dog died, the other dog was just on the loose. We heard nothing.
Is it a Rottweiler?
Maybe.
It was two Rottweilers.
It was two
Because
Rottweilers.
there's a Rottweiler sitting on the next block from my house. It's a Rottweiler.
Did a lady live near you?
No, she was walking.
Okay.
If you go down my block, you go to the corner and you take that left, and you take that right, it's a one-way street. It's a dog. It's a Rottweiler dog.
I'm telling you, so you be very careful
Did she say what color?
I didn't hear, but it was a rough one.
Okay.
They said one of the dogs they never hurt. The other dog they said they killed. But that's what it was. It was two black dogs.
They walked up on me on my garden. I was in my garden early in the morning. I'm talking about they was walking up. Just some.
And they are so dangerous.
Yeah.
They dangerous, yeah.
And I'm just glad I didn't have my dog. I got a bully. I'm
Right.
glad I didn't have her outside. But it was 3 dogs. It was a collie, a pit, and a